Okay, this is my back day quarantine workout in my basement home gym. For my gym, I have a barbell with roughly 500 pounds of plates, a kettlebell, an easy curl bar, a bench, and a rickety squat rack. And so my back day involved a lot of rowing. My leg days are all just squats and stiff leg deadlifts. But I mean, that's all you need. I like to get a pull-up bar in, but this was supposed to be my last set of regular rows. I wanted 315 for 20. I did not get 20. I was really unhappy because I felt strong through all my regular sets, and so I went back to 415. I got 6 reps the first time before the 365 set. This time I did not get 6 reps, and I was pretty unhappy about it. But overall, it was a good workout. I mean, this was an extra set at the end. I shouldn't have expected to hit any kind of PR or anything. But I was feeling strong that day and really wanted to hit some PRs, and just it didn't happen. Yeah. So then after that, I went to dead stop rows. Again, not a lot of variety because there's not a lot of equipment, but there's nothing wrong with heavy rows. On these, I do a wider grip. Not necessarily a wide grip, just a wider grip than I do on my regular rows. I used to use this grip for all my rows, but a few months ago I switched to a narrower grip, kind of the way Dorian Yates did, and really felt it in my back. And so I changed. Even after 26 years of lifting, your body changes, your mechanics change, your grooves change. So I'm always looking to tweak and adjust things to make sure I'm still not devolving, I guess. Maybe not. I'm probably not getting much better at my age, but at least trying to hold on to as much as I can. Especially strength. That's kind of the fun thing for me, is trying to hold my strength as I get older. I think I did 12 reps here, which is pretty good for my probably 10th or 11th set counting warm-ups. And then on to shrugs. I take these from the floor also. I only went with 315 here because by this point my mid back and lower back were really fatigued. It was just pure, lactate burn. Been holding a bar in front of me, at well over 300 pounds for about 40 minutes at this point. So I just did 4 sets of, I think 10 to 15, didn't really count, just kind of squeezed and tried to make sure my traps were going, and basically held out until I couldn't stand the lactic acid in my lower back anymore. I turned around this way to view it from the back, and this is really for me more. I never, for years and years, I really never recorded my videos. Back in the mid-2000s, I recorded some of my heavier lifts just for fun. But recently, I've been kind of recording more of my videos to see my form and make sure everything's working properly. And you'd really be surprised what the form looks like in your head is very often nothing like what it looks like on video. There's been so many movements where I thought either my form was terrible or my positioning wasn't where I wanted it, and I'd look at the video and it was or wasn't what I thought it was. And so it's a good habit to video a lift every once in a while, just to make sure you're doing things the way you want to. I mean, you have to remember what you're training for. If you're a power lifter or bodybuilder, if you're a bodybuilder, you're training to work the muscle. If you're a power lifter, you're training to use the optimal form to lift the most weight. These are my versions of chins. I don't have a chin up or pull up bar yet. I'm going to try to get one put in the raft, or the 2x12s support beams, but right now I'm just using the squat rack, kind of like a rack chin, a rack pull up. This set was my first one. I had my feet too far forward, and this is kind of like a rack chin from DC training, which I never really felt that much. A lot of people love it, but you could see in that movement it was really kind of all shoulders and upper back. So I put my feet underneath me to put my body more upright the next sets, and felt it more in my lats. Now I'm doing seated leg curls. Watching the video, I'm glad I did them seated because it makes my legs look big. But the only reason I was doing them seated was because my lower back was so fried at that point. I just didn't want to hold weight in front of my body anymore. It was just burning too bad. So I did a couple sets seated just so I could actually work my biceps. I don't prefer seated for any reason other than that. It was just the lactic acid in my back from holding 300 plus pounds in front of me for almost an hour at this point was enough to make me just want to do something different. After a couple sets of seated, my lower back loosened up a little bit again, and I did go back to standing because I do like standing better. You get a better range of motion. Also, I don't have very good mobility to begin with, so the top half of the motion, I'm going as high as I can there. To go higher than that, my arm doesn't bend more. I just have to raise my shoulder like a front raise, so I'm really kind of limited with seated. And then here was a set of standing. I also did hammer curls with the 45-pound plates, and I put my ring and middle finger through the center hole of the plates and held it, almost like I was holding a gun through, and then just did hammer curls that way, but I didn't video those. And so this, you can see the pain in my face isn't my biceps. It's the burning through my mid-back from holding weight in front of me all day. But I guess it's good. I'm going to come out of this quarantine with a stronger mid-back than I had going in. That's it. That's my quarantine leg day, or quarantine back day.